she has to say.
Absolutely, me too.
Meanwhile, Diana, we have all these rumors forever that she's a madam, and they're finally addressed from this book, Room 23, which Rinna was in. And yeah, Diana doesn't look at, if you close your eyes and you say, I mean, I could think the same about, I guess I could think the same about a lot of these girls, but it could be any one of them. Like if I tell you Diana's an international madam, that's not so hard to believe. That's not so,
No.
You could, granted, you could say the same thing about Crystal. I would believe that. You could say the same thing about EJ. You could almost, exchange a couple of these girls.
Well, something to do with this book. And also, Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. is making a lot of accusations about her. So, you just don't know. I'm telling you, there's something about her. I told you this from day one. That's not right. There's something not right. And I don't remember if when they were sitting at the table, please remind me of this. I'm just thinking of this now. Did they bring up the book and then she start crying about what Sutton did to her? Sutton did that to her.
Yes.
And did they bring up?
Was it after the book? I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch, but maybe.
I want to rewatch. I think
she's like deflecting. She's deflecting what's going on.
I think she was actually crying, but I think she was crying because she was saying, oh my God, here we go. And then they asked her in her confessional, this doesn't get away from you, especially when people like Robert Downey Jr. make these kind of accusations. So I don't think she expected for them to start talking about it. When she said, well, we talked about this already. We talked about this, but the girls are pushing it because they're probably being told to push it. Those girls wouldn't push that on their own.
I was literally going to say that exact same thing. First of all, do you know who Jen Shaw is? Do you know who Teresa Giudice is? Do you know who Joe Giudice is? Do you know who Erica Jane is? I mean, should we keep going? Like,
yep.
If you have $250 million and your best friend is Neil Patrick Harris and Elton John, I'm sorry, you're on this show for one reason only, and it's called fame. Period.
The end.
You're in the party. You're at the same party as Elton John. You're already at these things. You could buy a ticket to the Met Ball. Miss Anna Wintour will let anyone go to the Met Ball if you give your $1 million. But you're already there. You're already at the party. You obviously cannot buy real fame, and you're obviously here for that. And that's fine. Go for your fame. But I am sorry. You cannot be famous without this. Everything is going to, that is the job. There is a negative to every job.
Everyone thinks they can get away with, look like Luis Villajas.
Never.
Can't run away from this.
So, So A, don't be so shocked this is coming out, sweetie. I could have told you that. And B, absolutely. There's some producer that says, oh, wait a second.
Bing, bing, bing.
Rinna, wait, who doesn't have any lines? Well, we're not firing. We're not firing Lisa Rinna, and she ain't doing nothing this season. So Rinna, come here. I mean, that's how it works. They will literally figure out who to give this.
I agree.
And Miss Rinna says, thank you for letting it be me. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Right? This is how it works.
It's how it works. So you're going to hear more about the book. You're going to hear more about the backstory. You're going to hear more about Crystal's nonsense. And those are the two that I picked that I didn't like, Crystal and Diana.
Diana, I have to say, I'm not so into Diana like I was the first.
Right.
I have another very unpopular opinion.
Go ahead.
Mind you, we still have two friends upcoming. Sheree Zampino, Garcelle's friend, who's the ex-wife of New Will Smith, and Kathy Hilton. We still got two more, but out of these 8 full-time housewives right now, if they were going to let someone go at the end of this isn't I'm just telling you, this is what I think as a producer. I truly think it's going to be shocked. The person most in danger of being let go is Dorit. I truly think
that's funny that you say that.
I don't think
so.
That.
I think she's cemented in because she's really friends with Kyle. She's real friends with Rinna.
Yeah, but you know what? Before you were here joining us, there was a woman, this horrible woman. Her name is Teddy Mellencamp.
Yes.
She was really friends with Kyle. She's in this Fox Force 5. She's really friends with in real life. She's still very good friends with Kyle, very good friends with Rinna, very good friends with EJ, and very good friends with Dorit. She just wasn't bringing it.
You don't think Dorit's bringing it?
Here's the thing. She had a home invasion, period. She has a
Period.
husband, PK, that she says, PK, period. Whether you like Diana or Crystal or not, we're in our first and second season. There, to me, I think as a producer, the unknown behind both of these crazy eyes is more than the 5 to 7 year itch of this is Dorit. Dorit loves fashion. Dorit had a home invasion. She has a husband. I'm not sure as an individual what, and this is nothing. It's not what I want. It's not, I'm just going, look, you would have told me I was crazy if I told you this about Jackie Goldschneider. I really am closing my eyes. I really think it's Dorit. And it's if Sutton and Crystal were in the same season, we've had Dorit for many years now. I personally just don't think like there's much left to that.
Jackie. Said Jackie was boring from day one. I'm not surprised she got the chopping block at all.
I'm just telling you. And like, I don't even think Dorit's boring. I think she's great, but I just think Diana, love her, hate her, there's something there. And Crystal, now I think there's something there. And we're still only with Sutton in like our early season. I just
Sutton's bringing it. She's bringing it. She's cray-cray.
And listen,
but
we have three people that will never be fired. One is called Erica Jane.
I don't think Dorit is going to be fired. So that we could agree to disagree.
I just want to date mark it to today.
Yes, of course.
I'm having feelings.
I think Sutton is cray-cray. So that's perfect for them. They like cray-cray, you know?
And Garcelle is not going. I mean, I'm telling you, I just think it's Dorit. That's just what I really think right now.
Okay. And I don't. So that's okay. We're allowed to agree to disagree.
And you think we could agree to disagree. And you think you agree with Kyle that Crystal's definitely playing the victim. You don't think these tears are real.
Oh my God. Absolutely. 1000%. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's like shady as this day is long. She's a shady mofo. This Crystal's shady. And Sutton's just kooky. Like the one thing Diana said was she's clumsy. Like with her words, she's clumsy. And I shouldn't wrap too tight. You know, so you see how what was her eyes popped out of her head and she's carrying on and Kyle had to go calm her down. They love that shit. The producers love that she flipped out.
And it's all
they
real.
Love that.
It's all real.
She's real. She's authentic.
She's
authentic.
She's a little offbeat. Like she was a good find.
She was a good find.
This really is Sutton.
Yeah. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And don't get me wrong. I don't think Crystal and Diana have years. They better figure it out and maybe.
Right.
But I just think right now, we've gotten everything from Dorit. Great housewife, brilliant. I just think it's like a Tamara Judge who took her, 12 years.
Yeah.
I just think there's nothing left.
We don't know, David, because we don't know what's going to happen in her life. We don't know.